Hello everyone. If this is your first time to my channel, my name is Carrie and I teach teachers at Utah Valley University. This is my 24th year of teaching, and I started this channel because one of my colleagues asked me to put some of my tips and ideas on video. So I thought I might as well put it on YouTube. I'm going to insert another video clip that shows my daughter and I going off to Target to see what they had and doing a little shopping. So I wanted to share with you what I found. Remember, I teach teachers at the university level. I wanted to buy everything, but there's kind of no reason. I did find some great stickers. These are $1, so these are just alphabet stickers. These are alphabet with a little picture. I thought those might be kind of fun. And then lastly, just some smiley face stickers. So there's my $3 haul. I also checked out Walmart and I found 3-pack of socks for $1. And also, now this was the best deal of all. These cute pajamas, look how cute these are. $1. I bought all they had. Great presents, right? So being a teacher, I am a little bit thrifty. And I'm sure you are too, because money is not just rolling in. We can't just spend all our money on our classes, even though we would like to. So again, welcome to my channel. If you want to learn how to be the best teacher you can, how to start the school year out successfully, how to implement procedures that will have your classroom running like a well-oiled machine, then stay tuned, because that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to share a few more tips about teaching procedures. So if that's something that you're interested in, stay with me. And if you haven't subscribed, go on down there, subscribe, and click like and click the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Behind me, I have a looks like, sounds like, feels like chart. And it's backwards because of the camera, but every time I teach a procedure, I use a chart like this. I reference this book. It's called Class Acts. And this is written by Gary Forlini, Ellen Williams, and Annette Brinkman, some of my favorite people. I use this book in my Classroom Management 1 and 2 classes. I love, love, love this book. It gives great tips. It's easy. It's an easy read. It's not like a textbook. And I really appreciate the tips that it gives in this book. And one thing it does with every chapter is it talks about what do things look like and sound like. So I'm just going to show you right there. Looks like, sounds like. When I teach my procedures, I am very, very clear. And I use a 3-step. First, I explain. This is the procedure for going to the bathroom. I explain exactly what it looks like, what it sounds like. Let me do another one. This is the procedure for sharpening a pencil in my class. In my classroom, first of all, you will always have 2 pencils in your desk. 2 sharp pencils. Part of your morning work is to make sure you have 2 sharp pencils in your desk. So my teacher thinking is pencils are cheap. And if students always have 2, then they shouldn't have to get up during the day. It drives me crazy if the pencil sharpener is going during the day. In my classroom, I have a can that says sharp pencils, a can that says dull pencils. And my pencil person sharpens all the pencils as their job at the end of the day. When kids come in the morning, again, when I'm explaining this procedure, I tell them, everybody needs 2 sharp pencils. So one of the first things you do in my class is make sure you have those 2 sharp pencils. That is the explaining part of the procedure. So when we teach procedures, number 1, explain. Explain very clearly what the procedure is. Step number 2 is rehearse. Let's practice. What does that look like? What does that sound like? What does that feel like? We write down. It looks like nobody sharpening their pencil while the teacher is teaching. It looks like everybody making sure they have 2 pencils in their desk when school starts. It looks like using your second pencil if your first one is dull. It sounds quiet when the teacher is teaching. It sounds like pencil sharpening at the beginning of the day, at the end of the day. So we go through, what does it look like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? It feels good because nobody is disturbing me or disturbing the class in the middle of the day with their pencil sharpening. So I write all those things down, and then we practice. We practice. Make sure we understand and it's clear what that's supposed to look like, sound like, and feel like. It's discouraging to me when students say, or when teachers say, oh, that was wrong, because in a classroom, we have to practice, just like in a dance class, we have to practice. Or if you want to be a really good painter, you have to practice. And that's the same thing with teaching procedures. In our schools, in our classrooms, kids need the opportunity to practice. What does that look like? What does it sound like? And so we've taught by explaining, very clear explanations. We have rehearsed and practiced our procedure. And third, we reinforce. So I, the teacher, reinforce. Oh my goodness, that was perfect. Thank you. Thank you for sharpening your pencil before class started. Thank you for having those 2 pencils in your pencil box ready to go. So I'm going to reinforce. If it's not working, I'm going to go back and re-explain the procedure. I'm going to rehearse again. I'm going to reinforce again. So those 3 steps are crucial. Explain, rehearse, reinforce. I will link a PowerPoint to those steps so that you can review that if you want to. I want you to think about right now, like, what is a procedure, something that you do every single day? Or you do in the community, maybe once a week. Okay, I get gas. I get gas at least once a week. There is a procedure to do that. I can't just pull up and start shooting the gas all over the place. I can't pull up and honk. There is a procedure. I pull up to the right side of the gas tank. So my car's on the right side. I run my card. I take the nozzle off and put it into my car. I click the quality of gas I want. I start pumping gas. The reason our society runs well is because we have procedures. And the reasons our classrooms can run well is if our students know the procedure and then it becomes a habit. And by October, November, our classrooms are just moving. One question I get often is, what is the order that I teach procedures in? I teach them in the order that they come up. For example, first day of school, the kids are arriving at school. First thing you need to teach, where do they put their backpacks? What does that look like? What does that sound like? What does that feel like? Second thing, what do we do after we put our backpacks away? Do we go outside? Do we run around the classroom? What happens after we put our backpacks up? In my classroom, students had to mark their attendance. So they moved they had a little magnet, they moved that. That was the second part of their morning work or the procedure for the morning. So I teach procedures on that first day of school just as they come up. I script my whole first day so I know exactly what I'm going to do. But if a procedure comes up, if a student asks the question before I've taught that procedure, then I will teach it right then. For example, if they ask to go to the bathroom and I haven't taught that yet, then I will teach it right then. I love being a teacher. I love sharing. I love teaching my students and watching them be successful. And I'm really excited to get to know you. So I hope you'll comment. Give me some questions. I am putting together a Q&A so I can answer some questions based on my 24 years of experience of mentoring and coaching other teachers. So that being said, enjoy summer. Cheers to being a teacher. Go out there and change the world.